What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts as we continue to explore this brand new album from Boj. Exciting stuff. This one, another big single off the album. This was actually listed on New Music Friday UK. It goes by the name Owo Ni Koko, and it features the one and only Fireboy DML, so I'm very excited to get into this one. As always, if you are new to the channel, my friends, please make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. It's going to be a very enjoyable day. We've got a lot of reactions to get into, so get involved with the channel, and that's the best way to do it. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this one at the sounds of Boj alongside Fireboy DML. Let's go.
It's Chris with the drama by.
I'm loving the fact all of these tunes drop straight in.
I they also non-stop. Whether on the street or the house, I don't care anywhere in my workshop. I must put my mama in a drop top. I'ma if I don't get money, I don't fuck up. I'ma know they tell me what's up.
Again, this is a feeling we're getting throughout the majority of this album. This fabulous fusion of digitalization and organic kind of very acoustic sounding features. When you kind of combine these big sort of booming, almost trap style drums that we're hearing here, those big sort of 808s underneath as well, with a very kind of wooden sounding acoustic guitar, you end up with some really kind of cool sounding kind of combinations, and that's exactly the direction we're going in with this one. Really nice kind of intro as well, very smooth, very loungy, and then we drop into this big kind of booming drum line. This is sounding wicked. Let's see where we go.
So they tell me what's up. I did recommend it. So if you don't get money, make you shut up. Owo Ni Koko. If you don't get money, make you shut up. Owo Ni Koko. Mama, if you don't get money, make you shut up.
Make me Batman, make me Van Damme, make me Bruce Lee for a flying Keiko. I be actor for action.
Right, Boj's voice is liquid, man. Like, I don't know what it is, but the way he's able to just kind of manifest his vocal over what's going on any tune, he always sounds like he's filling up the perfect amount of frequency room. Whether it's a really kind of low-ended kind of soul tune, for instance, like Culture, there's such a big bass line on Culture, whereas with this, it's a bit more stripped back and it's more about the kind of mid-range acoustic sounds. But even with that, he sounds as full on every single tune. He's got such a good way of controlling his vocal. Whether a lot of that's done in post or not, I don't know. But the actual kind of vocal line of Boj on every tune is always so impressive. Again, really cool introduction as well. This is an interesting sounding collaboration, quite different as well from what we've heard on the album so far. Sounding very smooth though.
In Vivendi, high fashion, money longer, anaconda. Funny guy, I be Frank Donka. Chase it the time, I be. Me and all my guys just they shine, I be. Yeah, Owo Ni Koko, get the money, Coco. On the low, no we don't do promo. I be musician, no be politician. I got the vision.
Just listen to the kind of hypnotic nature of this instrumental. You've got a lot of guitar lines in there. You've also got some very subtle kind of woodwind elements poking around the higher end of the instrumentation as well. You've also got these very kind of circular sounding drum rhythms. Everything is very circular. Have a listen to it. It sounds like do 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 do. Everything's kind of going up and then coming back down again. It's ascending then descending. It has this really nice kind of arpeggiating feel, which in itself sounds very hypnotic, so it pulls you in. You become a part of the tune just by listening to it for a minute or so. And it's a common theme on what we've heard on Boj's album so far. All the tracks we've heard have this kind of circular feel. Even the track In the Loop by the name has that kind of feeling to it. And it's a really cool kind of musical idea that you can keep people kind of intoxicated by the musicality if you keep it kind of circular. It's a really interesting thing.
Owo Ni Koko. If you don't get money, make you shut up. Owo Ni Koko. Mama, if you don't get money, make you shut up.
Before Fanta, no they get time for this man of matter. Holy water, no real time. This is real life, this is factual. I be big
So much
mind
going
and be
on,
small picking. She they want see like
even those little kind of vocals in the side, in the sort of pan, in the panning of the headphones, like little really nice little addition. It almost sounds like someone's walking along like a kind of catwalk, and you've got people kind of doing the chorus who are sat down alongside the catwalk. I don't know why that's the visual that comes to my head, but the way that's kind of mixed and mastered and kind of placed, it kind of gives me that impression. You've got someone standing central and then people sat down lower doing the backup vocals. It's a really kind of cool thing. Visually, the way this tune kind of sits in my head is so interesting, man. It's such a different sounding creation, and it's so typical of I feel Boja's style to be able to be this versatile, and it's such an interesting thing to hear. Really enjoying the direction on this.
Galilee, me and my money, they can't come between. Anyway, anyhow we be, but Johnny Mike, do not fuck with me. Big middle finger to my enemy. Chill with my woman and choke on my trays. Anyway, shut up. Owo Ni Koko. If you not get money, make you shut up.
I do like the back and forth feeling on this. Obviously, Fireboy's not been as kind of at the forefront of the tune as you would kind of expect. It's been very much a 50-50 kind of split between the two. But the way he's kind of doing, it almost feels like he's doing like, I don't know how many of you are football fans out there, but it feels like he's doing the role of like a very good CDM on this tune. Like his work isn't necessarily like the forefront of what's going on, but the tune wouldn't work without him doing those transitional points, without him running around and grabbing certain, like picking up certain loose balls. You know, that's the kind of feeling I'm getting off Fireboy DML's vocal on this one. He sounds very important to the tune. I think Boja's the star of this tune, don't get me wrong, but I think the way that Fireboy's vocals kind of link everything together, the kind of enthusiasm and energy he's bringing to this one is very impressive as well. And obviously Fireboy's on a crazy run right now. In regards to the releases we're hearing from him, in regards to the direction he's going in, it's a really interesting thing to kind of see him play a more background role. And it works really, really well. Musically, these two sit so nicely together.
Mama, if you not get money, make you shut up. Make the money enter. You know, see your $10, she olori meta. When my guy center, you go start to jackpa. You dey from bad guy, but you no be member. If you dey find me, I dey oriental. I dey also like they sing for the instrumental. 1 song, 2 songs, I don't mental. You get 2G wagon.
This is again Fireboy showing the versatility to kind of jump into this very kind of almost hopscotchy kind of flow, very kind of skippy, very like he's not really settling on any word. He's constantly skipping to the next one. It's a really cool kind of showing of just how versatile he has become over, realistically, the last couple of years. The direction he's kind of gone in, the kind of ability widening that we've seen from him is so exciting. And I feel this was actually a tune that did need a verse like this, not something that's kind of liquidy and kind of drippy. We needed something that was very kind of staccato, very much to the point, very kind of pointy, you know what I mean, within the instrumentation. And I think this is the perfect example of what the tune needed. Fireboy doing the job he needs to do, man. What more can I say?
I'm a money meta, but I still there hustle for the streets. Me, I no get time for politics. Too much talent, they worry me. And I got crispy and batch on the beat. Yeah, shut up. Owo Ni Koko. If you no get money, make you shut up. Owo Ni Koko.
Instrumentation wise, this is so interesting, man, because it goes in so many different directions. You've got that almost like Americanized one-drop trap feel within the way the drums are structured. The actual sounds that are being used for the drums give it a very kind of American feel, but then the actual instrumentation, the acoustic guitars, that big kind of bass line, and actually the style of vocals as well, give it a much more kind of globalized feel, which works really, really nicely. It's a wicked collaboration, I've got to say. I think Fireboy, despite what I said earlier about him kind of playing a more background role, he does it so well that it almost goes unnoticed how good he is on this. I think that was the point I was trying to make, what I meant by like kind of like a good CDM in football terms. Realistically, a CDM is the most unnoticed player on a football pitch, but it's probably the most important player because you hold everything together. That's the role he's playing on this, which works really, really nicely. We'll let this one run through to the end and then give you our final breakdown.
If you not get money, make you shut
They
up.
want me banter, before I'm Fanta. You know they get time for this smell of matter. They want me banter, before I'm Fanta. This is real life, this is factual.
There we go then, the sounds of Owo Ni Koko. This one, Boj alongside Fireboy DML. According to Spotify, this is their favourite track off the project. That's why this one's in New Music Friday. But it's a very exciting tune. I think, again, what we've heard from this album so far is the variation ability of what Boj is able to bring to the table. The fact he's so versatile, and we're hearing that throughout every single track we've reacted to on this album project. Fantastic stuff. Again, loving the acoustic kind of feel to this one, combining with those trap drums. And again, shouts out out to Fireboy DML for literally holding this one together, for being the glue on the tune, for being the guy that kind of runs around and gets all the side jobs done, but does them to an exceptional level. Fantastic collaboration, this one. Another wicked tune off the project. So there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. If you enjoyed the tune, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you did enjoy the video, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Have a good one, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.